Hey everyone, welcome back to Isobe Food. Labor Day is wrapping up here in Brooklyn and we're making the most of it with a home-cooked meal. Today we have the poster child for a family dinner, roast chicken and vegetables. This is a must-have in any cook's arsenal. I make this at least once a week and you should too. Bring your family and friends together with this one. Let's get started. We'll begin by prepping our root vegetables. Roughly chop 2 to 3 carrots, 2 to 3 potatoes, 2 large leeks, and 2 to 3 ribs of celery into uniform pieces. So here I have all my root vegetables. I'm going to go ahead and season this up. Start off with a couple tablespoons of light olive oil, about a teaspoon and a half of dry thyme, and another teaspoon and a half of dry rosemary. Finish it up with a generous amount of salt and pepper to season up, and that's ready to go. We'll just mix this up and we'll be good. So here we have our chicken. I have fully washed it inside and out and dried it. I've also let it sit out for about 30 minutes. That's going to help it bring up to room temperature and it's going to roast much more evenly. We're going to go ahead and start off by taking out the wishbone here, and I'm going to make a couple of incisions on either side and feel around, dig in there, and you'll be able to find it and just pull it out. But that will make it very easy to carve up the bird later. And the next thing we're going to do is season the bird inside and out before we truss it with string. We want to season it very well. I have salt and pepper here. And just go ahead and get it all on the inside. Next thing we're going to do is to truss the bird with a string. I have a 3-foot long string here. We're going to start off by bringing the string under the butt, over the legs, cross underneath each leg, tighten it, go around the sides, and we're going to end up at the front here. See if this flap of skin's coming up. We're going to want to bring that down and feel for the neck bone right here. Tuck that in, get it below the neck bone. Right? We're going to bring the string around each side. And we're going to twist in 1, 2, 3 times. And then tighten. Right over where that neck bone is. Nice and tight. And then we're going to tie it off one more time. And there we have. Snip the string and a nice, tight, trussed bird ready to go. The last thing we're going to do is look at our wings and make sure that each one is tucked underneath. That's going to allow it to sit nicely. And we're going to go ahead and fully season the bird here again with the salt and pepper. I'm going to start on the back and just make sure I go very generous all over the bird, all in the nooks and crannies on both sides, and really pat it in there so that it sticks. Now it looks like a lot of salt, it looks like a lot of pepper, but I guarantee you that's a lot of meat that we're trying to get seasoned. It's very hard to over season a bird. So there we go. I have fully seasoned my bird inside and out. All right, we'll let the bird sit here and we'll finish preparing the rest of the meal. All right, so I've preheated my oven to 450 degrees. I put my pan in there. It is ripping hot. I'm gonna bring the heat up to high, drop in my vegetables. I'm gonna go ahead and let it saute a little bit and just give it a little bit of color. The next thing we're gonna do is place our bird into the pan, like so. The next thing we're gonna do is put the pan in the oven. Roast the chicken for 1 hour or until the internal temperature of the thigh reaches 165 degrees. So we're going to let this rest for 10 minutes, let it finish cooking and allow the juices to redistribute. But I want you to hear how crispy the skin is. This is why we roasted the chicken at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. This is why we didn't stuff the bird with anything that will create steam. And this is also why we didn't bathe it in oil. You know, dry heat is the key here. There you have it, folks. Roast chicken and vegetables. A little bit of preparation, lots of payoff. I hope you see how easy this really is. I'm going to dig in.